All right, guys, I want to share something with you here from the perspective of being a rancher or a farmer. Maybe you got cows, maybe you got horses, maybe you got a business, but we're kind of looking at farm or ranchers right now, okay? I like cows. My wife and I like cows. We have cows, so we kind of vibe with that kind of stuff. So I'm going to show you from that perspective, but it works for everybody. So I got my screen shared right here. And you guys, this world's crazy. Like let's just be 100% honest. The market, the stock market, the economy, the everything, like it's so up and down and all over the place. And in today's world with inflation, interest rates, taxes, like we are being pinched every penny is being pinched in today's world. And so I just look at this strategy of like what my wife and I do. And you guys, I believe in it at 100%, 100%. Like this that I'm going to share with you here, if I had cows, I had a business, I did anything like this, I would look at using something like this. And so let's go over it. Like let's talk about it and I'll show you what it does. We'll make this quick. So John Smith, male, age 32, preferred non-smoker. So it's not the lowest health rating, it's not the highest health rating, it's kind of in the middle. All right. So based on your health rating, depends on what you qualify for. This is a life insurance policy. I want to talk about a few of the benefits why I love this investment and why it is the only place my wife and I invest money. I mentioned taxes. You guys, taxes are unfreaking real. Just in my business, just in my insurance business, My Life Financial, the amount of taxes that I pay in payroll makes me flipping sick every month. Like it's just crazy. That's not counting when we go out and buy something. That's not counting when we pull money out of retirement accounts and when we get into retirement, like we are taxed on everything and it's only getting higher. And I look at this and I'm like, if you can win the tax game alone, you will win. You will be in the top 1% in America just by winning the tax game. That's why business owners and write-offs and those things are so valuable, is because it saves so much money in taxes. Why I love this investment is if you see right here on the right-hand side or wherever this side, the total death benefit, you guys, life insurance is tax-free. Like the life insurance I have on myself right now, if I passed away and left that to my wife and my kids, they would get all of that money tax-free. They could stick it in other investments. Of course, I've got it set up so they're going to put it right back into life insurance, but they're going to get that full amount tax-free. All right. The next cool thing I like about this is, and the reason why I believe in this so much is this total surrender value right here. This is the guaranteed values. This is the non-guaranteed values. I like looking at this one because this is saying this is how the company's performed, but it's not a guarantee, right? That is cash that is available to me to borrow anytime I want. Okay. But this is how cool it is. Let's say I had $10,000 sitting in a money market account or an IRA or a 401k or any of those things, right? And like, let's not even talk about taxes. Okay. Because taxes are a huge part of that. But forget taxes for a minute. Let's say I borrow that $10,000 out of one of those accounts. I now just lost the ability to gain interest on that money. Okay, so that's a huge loss right there. In a life insurance policy, you are actually borrowing against your policy. So you're actually not taking your money out of there. You are borrowing the life insurance company's money. So if I took that $10,220 out of there, right? Like if I started this policy today and put $20,000 into it, I could get 10,000 out. I wouldn't pay any taxes or anything on that. That is my money. All right. But I want you guys to start thinking from the perspective of being a rancher. You guys are buying equipment. You guys maybe have operating loans. Maybe you want to buy cows or more cows, or maybe you want to add some crop things or do some improvements or buying barns. And you guys, the list is endless as ranchers. Like you make 100,000 in a year and you spend 120, right? Like that's what ranchers say all the time. And that's just how it is. But I want you to think about the amount of money between equipment, cow loans, property, your land, operating loans, all of them. You guys, all the loans. Like if you add up the interest, if you've ever sat down and added up the interest that you're paying between everything, it's like mind blowing the amount of money you are paying to these banks and these institutions. So I want you to think of this from this mindset. What if you opened a policy like this. You guys, this is called the infinite banking concept because this money is 100% available to you. So you borrow that $10,000. Now, you're not going to be able to operate much on $10,000. I get it. Okay. I'm just showing this at the start. I'm going to show you what this thing will do. You can already see the numbers as they go. I'm going to show you what it can do. But you borrow that $10,000. Guess what, you guys? When you borrow that $10,000, you're still gaining interest on that money because it's still sitting in there. So you're gaining interest in a dividend. The policy's doing what it's supposed to do. Plus, nobody's coming after you. If you have a really tough year and you can't pay back that $10,000, let's say that was part of your operating loan, you can't pay that back. You're like, yeah, man, we're gonna have to wait till the next year and try to get this paid back. Cool. Nobody's coming after you. When my wife and I bought our camper with our life insurance policy, we paid it back as quick as we wanted. And some months we put $1,000 in, some months we do $200. You set the terms. Now there is an interest rate with it because you're borrowing it from the life insurance company. There is an interest rate. So there is that. But I'm telling you right now, it is significantly less than the equipment loans and the operating loans that I've been seeing. I get on and look once in a while and just see where banks are at on equipment and buying campers and vehicles and stuff. The interest rate on our policy is in some situations 4% less than some of the operating loans and equipment loans that I've looked at. Okay, so I want you to think about that perspective. So let's say we started allocating $20,000 of your CAF check to a policy like this. Guaranteed values, right at the start, you're going to have $10,000. All right, non-guaranteed, 10,300. I'm going to go off the non-guaranteed just because it's easy number. Or maybe I'll just go off the guaranteed. Keep it simple for you guys. Okay, so I want to look at this. Okay, year 10, you've put $200,000 into this policy. And you now have access to $177,226 non-guaranteed or guaranteed, but they're predicting you're going to have around 191. So even if you cut that in the middle, let's say like 183 or whatever the middle is right there. So you're like, okay, we're still a little bit in the negative, but I could fix this. This is just a quick illustration, right? We could make that quicker, but it affects things. So that's all right, though. So now let's look at year 20. All right, now we've put $400,000 into the policy, okay, in premium, $400,000. Guaranteed, you're going to have access to $453,000. Non-guaranteed, $542,000. Like, I hope you guys can see just like, holy crap. I'm putting my money in there and then I'm still getting access to my money and I can just create this funnel of like operating loan, pay it back, operating loan, pay it back, buy equipment, anything. And now all the interest and everything that you're paying to all these other banks and institutions are now going to you because you own and control this. You guys, this is the cool part. If you borrow $100,000 and then you're like, hey, I'm going to pay $2,000 a month back into this. Every month you pay $2,000, you have access to that money again. You don't have to go fill out an application. You have access to that money. You can just go to the life insurance company, request another $4,000. Boom, it'll be right in your account. My wife and I use this as our emergency fund, our everything fund now. We funnel all money to our life insurance policies because of the access to cash, the growth, the interest, the everything, okay? Not only by the time this person would be 52 years, not only do they we're roughly flirting with the $500,000 available in cash, but they have guaranteed $1.6 million in life insurance. 1.6 million. So you used it as a bank this whole time, but you also have this crazy amount of protection for your family. This is what I love about it, you guys. If I died today, my wife and kids' lifestyle does not change at all. I want their life to be the same whether I'm dead or alive. Like that's my responsibility as a husband and a father. This accomplishes that, okay? Another thing right here, you notice, oh, the premium starts dropping. This insurance gets less expensive as you get older because of how this policy is set up. There's a thing called a modified endowment contract. If we cross the MEC, modified endowment contract, the MEC, it now changes the tax ruling. So we never want to pass or cross the MEC. So this policy automatically is set up to do that. Well, shoot, look at this. I want you to look at this. 542, well, let's go on the guaranteed. 453. Okay. 400 and $53,587. And then you pay 19,851 the next year, and you grow to 483. So I'm going to show you how much that grows. 483,999. Okay, you guys, look at this. Look at this. You put in $19,851 and your cash value guaranteed grew by $30,412. So if we minus the cash, minus 19,851, minus the premium that you put in, you grew $10,561. So you get access to everything you put in plus another $10,561. Show me another investment that does that. I know there are some out there, but they're not near as guaranteed. Okay, look how crazy that is, though. But I want you to go down age 60. It's like, cool, let's look at this one. So age 60, age 59, you were at 662,889. And then you went to 688,508. All right. You put in $9,000 and grew by 25,000. If we minus the 9,000, the other one we showed you grew by 10. Now you're growing by $16,000. Do you see how crazy that is? So cool. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, we're gonna fast forward down here a little bit. All right. Look at age 65. That's everybody thinks they're gonna retire at 65. So let's look at that. All right, age 65, your guaranteed cash value is $822,956. Your death benefit is 1.7 million, 1.75. All right. Now, here's where it gets cool. That's the guaranteed, but they're predicting you're going to be at $1.2 million. You guys, you've used this policy the whole time. You borrow from it, you operate your ranch, your cattle, your land, your equipment, everything. You operate, pay it back, operate, pay it back, operate, pay it back, operate, pay it back. And so it's doing all of this plus giving you a massive amount of cash value and availability. So let's say for some reason you're 65, you've 33 years on the policy, and you're like, I'm going to retire. I'm going to turn this over to my kids and I'm going to retire. We've set up policies for them. We've done all these different things, and I'm going to retire. And let's say everything's been paid back because you start saving so much interest, your ranch is more profitable, all these things. So you've got $1.2 million. Guess what, you guys? You could be like, hey, I'm going to supplement my retirement income. I got some Social Security and maybe some other things that you did. Maybe you had a job while you're doing your ranch, whatever your situation. And you're like, I'm gonna supplement my retirement income by $50,000 a year from my policy. So I'm gonna pull $50,000 from it and supplement my income, and I'm not gonna pay it back. You don't have to pay it back. That's okay. You guys, that $50,000 is tax free. There's no taxes because it's a loan. It's a loan against your policy. There's no taxes. You're not paying taxes on that. So you're getting $50,000 tax free income in retirement. And I'm pretty sure 1.2 million divided by 50,000, that's 24 years. That's 24 years of guaranteed income. And that's not even counting on it growing. Look, it's going to be growing too, because you're getting this massive dividend. Your dividend gets to where it's as much as what you're taking out eventually. So you've got probably 30 plus years of income. You could pull more than 50. You could be like, hey, we're going to pull 75. We're going to pull 100. Okay. Cool part is, when you pass away, your family's not going to be stuck with that bill to pay that policy back, pay those loans that you took out back. What's going to happen is you're going to notice your death benefit is always bigger than your cash value. So the life insurance company will keep all money, all loans plus interest, and send the rest. So let's say you pulled out $1 million. Let's go over here to the guaranteed stuff. So let's say right here, well, it eventually maxes out on the guaranteed side. So let's say right here, let's say you pulled out that full $1 million, but you have 1.7. So they're going to keep the million plus interest and send the rest. So let's say the interest was 50 grand, just for easy numbers. They're going to send $705,000 to your family, tax free. It paid all of your loan, all your income stuff, your interest, and now we just sent your family another $705,000 tax free to your kids, beneficiaries, estate, whatever you want to set it up as. Like, do you see how powerful this tool is? It's so powerful. So I just want to share that from a perspective of like if you're a rancher, you use this as your operating loan, your equipment loan, maybe you paid off your land with this, maybe built some buildings with it. You could do whatever you want. You guys, this was my wife and I's vision when we started this 5, almost 6 years ago, is we're like, you know what? We don't have a ton of money right now. We're going to do as much as we can for the purpose of investing it and having access to cash for ranching and buying land and real estate and growing that lifestyle that we want to live. We're like, if we can start building this now, so now we're at that point and we're getting really close to having access to around $30,000 in cash value just on one policy. So it's starting to get to the point where, $30,000, we bought a camper, we've done some other things with it. So it's getting to the point where like, man, it's starting to get big enough to do some stuff with. Um, but I just look at all these people with operating loans in their cattle and sheep or whatever the heck it is that you have. If you just started funneling some of this money from sending it to the bank, funnel it from here first, oh man, that access to cash and what it will do is just super, super cool. So if you want to learn more, um, hit me up here on Facebook. You guys can send me a message or send me a text 435-557-310-3170. You can just say infinite banking or, banking for my ranch, whatever you guys want to say. I've helped people with these. It is super cool what they do. So, guys, this world's crazy. This world's crazy. And I want to see you guys win. So any questions, let me know. This is a super cool concept. You guys, I use it. I have a bunch of other friends that use it. If you want to see real life illustrations, I'll even do a Zoom meeting with you and show you my wife and I's exact policy. Because that death benefit, like this is the crazy thing, you guys. That death benefit grows every single year. So you start out 821. Look at that. I mean, it just grows and grows and grows. You're growing dang near $1 million non guaranteed, non-guaranteed, you're growing well over 1 million. Um, my wife's policy started out at $263,000. It's not far away from a 500,000 now. So it's crazy. Super cool what they can do. You guys, it sounds too good to be true, but there's a reason for that, and I'll explain that to you. I got many books that I've read. I can share some books with you guys about this stuff. So let me know what you guys need. Have a great day.